Hello, how's it going? Today, we're going to look at the song Higher by Living Word Worship. We're going to do a tutorial for it. I'm going to do an in-depth run-through with the fingerings and both the lead and rhythm guitar parts. So I'll put in the comments the time markers for certain sections to help you navigate if you already know some of the sections. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to start around time marker 53 seconds where the lead part really comes in with the rhythm and the whole band kind of congeals. I'm going to kind of ignore the whole amorphous beginning section, which is great, but just probably it's not something that every band will do. So to get that, it starts right here on the 11th fret on the G string to the 9th fret on the G string, and that's going to be a little pre-bend bend on the 9th fret to the pitch on the 10th fret there. Yep. So it's like just like that. Next section. Play through it. One, two, three. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and I just decided to play through it. So the beginning section, like I already said, 11th and 9th, then the pre-bend. Really 10 with the pitch on the 10th right there, the A to the G sharp. Then the rest of the things are the C sharp minor kind of pentatonic scale here. So C sharp on the 6th fret of the G string to G sharp on the 9th fret of the B string there, F sharp on the 7th fret of the B string, to E on the 5th fret. You just do it 3 times. At least the first guitar, the lead guitar does that. And then this, like over here, is E, pull off 5th fret, E, pull off the 4, D sharp, and a hammer on back to that same note. And you're bouncing basically every time to either this B on the 7th fret or this F sharp on the 7th fret of the B string. So I do a slide. At the end of it, you just slide down. And the lead guitar is resting for the first half of the verse there. And then the other guitar really is just going to do some power chords. I do a power chord with the additional octave on the bottom. And they're just going to go through the progression. C sharp minor 7 to G sharp minor 7 to A to B. So like so just so everyone knows, that's 4 6 6 on the starting on the A string, then 4 6 6 starting on the E string, then 5 7 7 starting on the E string, and then 2 4 4 starting on the A string. Or you could also do 7 9 9 on the E string for the B. And now that guitar does that 4 times through the entire lead guitar's lick, except when the last time the lead guitar does the octave up here, the rhythm guitar is going to do the octave below. And they end on an A bar chord, or power chord. Now, that's going to be 4th fret on the A string to 6th fret on the D string to 4th fret on the D string to 2nd fret on the D string, back to the 4th fret. So 4th fret on the A string, 6th fret on the D string. Sorry, that guitar actually resolves down to the A, so it does A power chord, open 2 and 2 on the A strings there, and that's that lick. So 4 on the A string, 6 on the D string, 4 on the D string, 2 on the D string, 4 on the A string, A power chord. If you want to get really tricky, you could do an A major 7 or A major 9, which is ignore the E string, open A, then 2, 1, 0, 0. Give it a little extra color. And then the same guitar will just land on an open E major chord. Kind of let it ring. And you could have a little less gain for that, something like this maybe. And those are the two parts. And so then both guitars really rest for the first half of verse 1. You are my Savior and King, Lord of everything, mighty and power. Then We Lift You Higher. The rhythm guitar, probably with some heavier gain, is just going to do an A to a B to a C sharp power chord in rhythm. So it's we lift you higher, higher, and higher. Okay, so what's that chord? Well, it's a B over D sharp in what I like to call a power chord land. So there's different ways to finger this, but when you're kind of going from a power chord to this B over D sharp, I finger it like this. Because it has an easy resolution. So what is that? It's 6th fret on the A string to 9th fret on the D string to 8th fret on the G string. And then to resolve it to the E major, this finger just moves over the 7th fret, and the pinky hits the 9th fret to become 7, 9, 9. So we lift you higher, higher, and higher. And there you go. Again, the lead guitar could do the same thing or could choose to do some sort of upper voicing, but really there's not really much noticeable there. And yeah, so starting at the chorus, we lift you high. Really, both the guitars are pretty much out for the first little half, and then after for the first four chords, and then again it says we lift you high, and the rhythm guitar goes like. We lift you high, leaves on to. It's really simple palm muted power chords following the chords on your chart. Now the lead guitar doesn't come in till almost near the end of it. On the third, we lift you high. He comes with a little lick like this. Sorry. So that's 1 and 2 on the D string, back to 1, and then 2 on the A string, and then an open A to finish that lick, and then you start playing some like a power chord or even the full chord. The name of, and then the name of. So that's what the lead guitar does. Just to be clear, the rhythm guitar really just sticks on those muted power chords and continues to go. And they can start adding a little less mute to them. It's a little more open, a little more energy. But really, and then the lead guitar comes in with the. And I'm just doing full standard bar chords, right? So open, 2, 2, open, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4 for G sharp minor, 7, and then C sharp minor 7 as well, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4. And then when the vocals go Jesus, the guitar follows on the lead guitar and does the same lick from the intro, which I already showed you. And then they hold that note out, Jesus, and then the lead guitar will do another lick, and so will the rhythm guitar. And obviously the rhythm guitar just follows the chart with its power chords to A and F sharp minor, which is just open 2, 2, and then 2, 4, 4. All right, now the instrumental section. Let's first go over what the rhythm guitar does. I just switched my gain of A Morning Glory is my distortion. I just have the toggle switch for the higher gain and the lower gain for simplicity right now. Now the rhythm guitar does this cool little lick or whatever up top. It's basically just comping. It does it's basically just 12 and 12 on the high B and E string, and the only other change it does is go 12 on the B string and 11 on the E string. and it follows the changes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Pretty simple like that. And so now the lead guitar plays this solo line over the interlude here. So it's like this. It's 9, 8 pull off on the G string to 9 on the D string, back to like a little grace note, 8, 9 hammer on the G string. But it's really all muted like that. Then that's 11. So 11 and 7 and 9. So a little hammer on, then a hit with your pick. And then that's 9 to 7. 9 on the G string, 7 on the B string. And then it keeps on this offbeat thing, so it goes, but it bounces back to the E on the 9th fret of the G string. 1 and then just like that. So 10, 9, and 7 on the B string to the E here on the 7th fret. So altogether it's like this. And obviously I did some more. So after it does those offbeat notes with the B, it does it again, but just little changes at 2 hits on the 10th fret, and like in that rhythm. And then so there it is. 8. Well, 8 to 11 on the G string, and then 8 to 9 on the G string. And then you do this slide down, slide up, back to the 9th fret to the E, and you hit both the open B and E strings with it. Then 8, open B, 9, 11, 9, just like that. So the end is like this. And there you go. That goes into really verse 2 and the vocals start. So I hope that helped a little bit. But really, the whole point is just kind of a solo over E, the E major scale, or even the E major pentatonic. So you are more than welcome to do your own solo over that. So really moving on, verse 2 is very similar up until, we lift you higher, higher, and higher. It does the same thing as verse 1, really. Where the lead guitar is out and the rhythm guitar kind of plays those power chords with that B over D sharp. And then in every nation, this kind of changes. This becomes actually what eventually will later be the bridge. So the rhythm guitar actually takes the lick, more or less. They play C sharp to B, 4th to 2 on the A string, and then G sharp minor 7. So on the G sharp minor 7 chord, they go F sharp on the 2nd fret of the E string to G sharp, 4th fret, 2nd fret on the A string, back to the 4th fret on the E string. So 3, 4, and then 5, 4, 5, and then same lick as before. So it's basically 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 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 2. So you notice one of them has a pickup note on the end of 4 and the other doesn't. And then the lick goes. So that's 5, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 6, 4. Obviously with the right pitches, on the right strings, then do do do. So ba da do. 5, 4, 2 on the E string, 9. Then that's 9. 5, 4, 2, and then 9 on the A string, 7, 6. And I strum a whole open E chord, open E, the E power chord, then those 2 open strings. So it's open 799, open, open. And really both guitars can do the same exact thing in my opinion. To vary it up a little bit, the other guitar could go then full chord, B over D sharp to C sharp minor 7. So that's 6 4 4 4 7, and then 4 6 4 5 4 for the C sharp minor 7, and there. And open E, simple open E chord to end it. So that's what you could do. Now basically on the next chorus, the rhythm guitar does the 12s and the 11s kind of thing I showed you earlier for the interlude, probably with a little less distortion. And basically, if you're on A chord, it's 12 and 12. A B chord, it's 12 and 11. A G sharp minor 7 chord, it's 12 and 11. And the C sharp minor 7 chord, it's 12 and 12. And you just change every measure with the chords. And then really the lead guitar can just play some open chords. We lift you high, we exalt you. And they can do that. And then he or she can play that lick. Can play that lick later on. That's basically it. And then they again do the Jesus with the same licks. And then the bridge starts, okay? And so I kind of skipped a little bit. Then the bridge is about what's it, time marker 3:32 I think, but I could be wrong on that. So I have the lead guitar starts doing chords in quarter notes, kind of staccato. So there you go. So I messed up, that was a little messed up there, but that's all these chords are stemming from the D string, so it's 1199 to 987 to 769 and then to 987 again. So okay, and now the other guitar is doing what they already played earlier. 3 2 eventually. There you go. And then eventually things open up, so there's a few other little licks in there, but really I just end up having the rhythm guitar player do power chords, and the person who's doing these to just start doing some open chords again, just kind of both of them strumming fully open, no palm muting in eighth notes, just like that, or power chords. And you're more welcome to do some voicings and get creative kind of with how you build that. You could switch voicings in the middle if you'd like, but just to keep it simple there. And there you go. Those are basically all the parts of the song. The outro is the same lick as before, kind of same everything. So if you learn all these parts and then you just listen a little bit, you'll be able to hear where everything else goes. Okay, that is it. Thank you so much.